Well, it's Simpsons Arcade Cabinet Day again. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining me for an impromptu early morning live stream. Today's actually an exciting day for the retro gaming community. If we kind of let's strip away a little bit of negativity here because, when it comes to price increases, marketing campaigns, stuff like that, which we'll touch on slightly because, we do have to provide Arcade1Up our honest feedback and reactions to this stuff. Honest feedback is what makes everyone better, right? People provide me feedback all the time, and I take that feedback and I try to improve my channel, etc. Arcade1Up has taken our feedback over the last couple of years, and we've gotten a lot of updates and improvements from them based upon that feedback. Constructive feedback goes a lot further than fanboy feedback any day of the week. But in all honesty, guys, let's think about it. A couple of years ago, did we imagine we would have a Simpsons arcade cabinet in our homes? That's actually a big win for all of us, for the retro gaming community, as well as for Arcade1Up. And we're going to talk about it, as well as go over some last minute details and things that have come in. But before we dive into that, let's say hi to the usual suspects in the live chat. We got Todd Cottrell, we got 8-Bit Vinyl, William Tinney, Kev Gret, Thunderbird, Tulsa Arcades is here, Game Broker 84, Livewire Systems, Big Fella Chocolate Bar. That's the first time I've seen that name on this channel. How you doing, big fella? Steve V's Man Cave Arcade, try and say that 5 times as fast, is here as well. Hammerhead Fred, God, I love your guys' names. Your guys, I come up with PDubs, and you guys come up with all these great names. Alpha Trion's here. Darth Penguin's here. Welcome to the show, guys. Let's kind of catch up on things, right? This is actually should be a fun day for all of us, right? So the Simpsons arcade cabinet. Whoa. What was that? Blinky. Let's try that again. Oh, look at that. Blinky. Well, either way, Simpsons arcade cabinet is now available already for pre-order on the Brick in Canada. So if I do actually have a decent Canadian following on my channel. So if you're a Canadian, you can go ahead and place your pre-orders with the Brick. Now, what's interesting about the Brick is they are charging $800 for this particular arcade cabinet, which with exchange rates, this is the reason why I want to mention it, is the Arcade1Up pre-order has not gone live yet here in the States. It's going to go live in just a couple of hours. Now, we don't know what the final price is going to be until it goes live, but taking a look here at Canada, if it's $800, that's about $636 US, give or take. I wouldn't be surprised, actually. This gives me hope. Maybe this thing will be $649. I mean, a lot of us have been speculating and assuming that this bad boy was going to be $700 US. It might still come in at $700, $699 US. But considering Canada's charging $800, it might be $649. Let's keep our fingers crossed on this pricing, because this pricing, as you guys know, is getting out of hand. Don says Canada doesn't exist. It's a myth. Oh, come on, man. CNET already said 500. There you go. CNET said 700. Yeah, that's interesting. It's interesting. It's only $100 difference. Should be a little bit more, but yeah. All right, cool. We'll go with that. Either way, and then also, we had this recent Blogspot article. Now, this is let's start with the bad, and then we're gonna get to the good, right? So, GameSpot, not Blogspot, GameStop, what a GameSpot, geez, went ahead and put out an article just the other day. They actually got a cabinet for review. Now, what's really interesting is this cabinet that they reviewed is totally different than the one that CNET reviewed. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, the trackball here looks like Arcade1Up stuck in one of their, oh, geez, what is it called? A dirty yellow ivory Tempest Atari Legacy trackballs in here. And I was like, oh, geez, is this the trackball we're going to get? Because all the little pictures we've seen, all the little renders had this big, beautiful white trackball. But when we took a look at the CNET version, which looked to be more of the final product, that one actually had the big fat white trackball, which we'll show you guys as well. And taking a look here, this cabinet just looked incomplete. It looks like they just kind of slapped this thing together and sent it over to GameSpot to get a last-minute written review out there on the internet of this game. This cabinet was definitely not finished. We don't even have the coin doors. We don't even have any artwork on the front. We don't have the right trackball. And of course, it didn't have the live feature enabled, nor did it have Simpsons Bowling enabled, which is definitely the game. So this thing that they sent GameSpot was definitely incomplete. And in my opinion, I got to be honest, Arcade1Up, if you're not going to send them a near to finish product, because this thing isn't near to finish, in my opinion, probably not a good idea to send it out. I understand you want to get reviews. I understand you want to get hype out there, but this just wasn't the right way to go, in my opinion. You're not going to get a great review off of this. Most of the response I saw to this, because it was an incomplete product, was negative from folks, from what I saw, because people were like, well, what the heck is this? Is this what we're getting? But luckily, CNET comes in today and puts out their video, which actually shows a more complete version, which looks like a more complete version of this particular cabinet. So, and taking a look here, they actually showed some pretty interesting stuff. And also, this thing was taken in the Arcade1Up headquarters. We got some information, we got some video, and as well as I snapped some photos here. As you can see here, taking a look, we do have the fat white trackball. That's right, that trackball looks very similar to the Golden Tee trackball, the trackball that comes with the Golden Tee cabinet. So that makes me happy. We're not going to get that dirty yellow ivory mini Tempest trackball. Livewire says, go to the 4-minute mark. Would you chill out? Chill out, buddy. And then, of course, we actually have some front panel artwork on this one, but you'll notice throughout the video, and I don't want to play the entire video because I don't want to get copyright claim from CNET, but I got some nice pictures here for you guys. You'll notice that throughout the entire video, no coin doors, but they did have artwork on the front as well. So, like, where are these molded coin doors? Or does this tell us there's going to be variations of this cabinet without coin doors? I don't know. Once again, I think this one might be another one that is near to finish. This one's actually closer to being a finished product than the one that GameSpot got. Because, of course, Simpsons Bowling and the live features not enabled yet. And the reason why is the game's not ready. It's still being developed. It's still being optimized. They're still trying to get it to run on their hardware. It was never an issue of licensing. I reported on that a week and a half ago in my FCC confirmed Simpsons Bowling video. They've had the Simpsons Bowling license the entire time. It was never they didn't get the license. They've had it. They're just trying to get it ready so they can show it off. That kind of thing, right? So let's kind of take a look here. Take a look here at some photos for you guys, because I found this stuff kind of interesting. Is from an appearance point of view, the cabinet doesn't look that bad. In fact, I actually like the artwork on the front. You guys know me. I'm not a fan of the, oh geez, what is it called? Oh God, what is it called? I'm not a fan of the black kick plates with just game logos on them, right? I mean, I'm just not a fan of it. I just don't think it looks good. You know, like the ones in the background there, the ones from the Supreme Mortal Kombat, which, by the way, they had plenty of those on hand in the Arcade1Up headquarters. I'm just not a fan of game logos on kick plates. I actually like the kick plates to be completed. And hey, if they're going to throw the blue artwork on here with the coin door, On top of it, that's going to look a lot better, right? That's going to look a lot better than just it being completely black. Because if we go back, let me get this off of the screen here. If we go back, if you take a look at the front of this cabinet actually looks a lot more attractive than if we head back over to the GameSpot picture. You guys got to see this. I mean, let's put this on screen. Guys, this looks, look at this. Would you want this in your arcade room? Now we understand that they didn't get a finished product, but I mean, think about it. If this cabinet has got the black front plate, which is what I think they're sticking with, and then this, you know, I mean, like it's just not that attractive. And as we all know, we buy way too many of these things, we smash them together. So the side artwork really sometimes doesn't matter when you have all of these cabinets lined up side by side by side by side, and you can't even see the side artwork anyway. That's the reason why, just to me personally, my own opinion, I feel that the front of the cabinet is most important versus the sides of the cabinets. I just think that the front of the cabinet needs to be perfect, right? But of course, what GameSpot got didn't look that good. Eric says, blue front with the Simpsons written on it. Wow, yeah. But then again, that might not even be final, because all the renders we've seen have shown a black front kick plate that had the coin doors on it, but we didn't have those. CNET didn't even have those as well. 8-Bit Vinyl says his complaint is and has always been that the cab is too short. Girl's head is being hammered in the face by the marquee, and that girl is not a tall person. Let's see here. These cabs are tough for tall guys like me. Yeah, so like even me, like I'm 5'11 and a half, which is like average height for a gentleman. You know, if these, like the Arcade1Up Midway Legacy cabinet is too short for me, right? Whereas the Arcade1Up Costco Mortal Kombat cabinet works out perfect. And you can definitely see a height difference with the screens and everything here in this comparison as well. It does appear this thing might potentially be the same size and height and viewing angles as the Midway Legacy cabinet. So that does give me a little bit of concern that you're not going to be able to stand up and play. You're going to have to sit down. And don't worry, guys, your purchase is going to include an Arcade1Up stool as well. An Arcade1Up stool. As we kind of take a look here, we saw some interesting things in the background, including we got our first shots of a final version of Killer Instinct and Dragon's Lair. But then again, I say final version loosely. I'm assuming that they wouldn't have had these out here on the floor to kind of show off. You know, they wanted these in the CNET video. Otherwise, they would have had them hidden in the back room. They wanted to get the hype train going. They wanted to get the speculation going. But then again, these might not be the final versions of Dragon's Lair and Killer Instinct. Now, in my opinion, Killer Instinct does appear to be, you know, okay looking, but then again, the screen's not slanted. I thought there was that big slant marketing hype when John D was making interviews and taking feedback saying, hey, you guys want slant? We'll give you a slant. Well, I'm not seeing a slant. I'm seeing a 90-degree angled screen right there, or maybe an 85-degree angled screen. As well as look at Dragon's Lair. That Dragon's Lair looks nothing like what was promised to us by Arcade1Up. Arcade1Up had promised us that Dragon's Lair was going to mimic. They said, if we ever do Dragon's Lair, I remember this too. This was, once again, John D. If we ever do Dragon's Lair, we're going to do Dragon's Lair right. And what it does appear is they took the shape of possibly the Tempest cabinet, maybe modified it a little bit, but it does appear to be the same shape as the Arcade1Up Atari Legacy Tempest cabinet. Put the Dragon's Lair artwork on it and a Dragon's Lair marquee. The control deck, though, looks like it mirrors the original arcade cabinet. But in my opinion, guys, this unfortunately doesn't look like what we were promised. And I really hope that that's not the final version, because you know what, guys? I mean, I hate to sound picky, but this right here, let's get this photo off the screen. This is what we were promised by Arcade1Up, right? We were promised this, you know, and then what do we got here in this photo? We got that. Huge difference, right? Huge difference between that and this. I mean, take a look. This thing actually looks like the original Dragon's Lair. This is why people were going nuts saying, I'm going to buy this versus the iArcade version of Dragon's Lair, because this looks exactly like the original cabinet. But take a peek here, guys. That's what it looks like so far. So need to know, guys, hopefully this isn't the final version. I don't know if Arcade1Up, had to do it this way to save on cost. We'll see. Console Fanboy gave us a $5 super chat. Nice to see the Big Blue compared to other cabs. I may have to pre-order for the third time. Yeah, we'll get to the Big Blue as well. Kev Gret says bait and switch. Don't really know what's going on here. I'm hoping that it's just not a final version of the game, of the cabinet, because once again, guys, we were kind of promised something different on this one, which is a real shame. Like, this looks cool, that not so cool. You know what I mean? But then again, I want your live opinion, guys. Do you like this one, or do you like this one? Let me know in the live chat which one looks better, CNET version or the original version. Definitely want to get your guys' opinion there. So it's interesting that got kind of stuck in the video, the Dragon's Lair and the Killer Instinct. But when I look at it, it's cool to see these games coming, but they don't look like what, we're going to take your feedback and give you exactly what we were going to give you. You know what I mean? All that kinds of stuff. Endless One Up says the Dragon's Lair on the web was close to the original. I agree. Dylan says it looks exactly like the Tempest. Yep, that's what I just said a couple minutes ago. Yep, it does appear they used the Tempest cabinet and then just put some Dragon's Lair artwork on it. And again, guys, it might not even be the final version. Who knows? Could be a prototype that they had thrown in there. But you'll notice, too, it didn't have that secondary screen, right? I mean, you remember Arcade1Up got some heat from a lot of folks, myself included, about bringing your own phone to use as your scoreboard. Well, when you look at this photo, guys, of the Dragon's Lair cabinet, if you guys watch the video and as they walk down the aisle, again, it's hard to play the video and avoid a copyright claim from CNET. You'll notice there was no secondary score screen, right? No secondary screen. So it looks like that's not going to be included unless, again, this isn't the final version. Aaron says, no offense, but coming from an 80s kid, Dragon's Lair sucks. Why pay $500 to push an action button? There you go. Well, there are a lot of Dragon's Lair fans out there. I do enjoy playing Dragon's Lair. I mean, I got the Dragon's Lair iArcade back there. I enjoy playing Dragon's Lair, Space Ace, and Dragon's Lair 2. They're fun. I mean, they're memory games, and I suck at them. But oh well. We'll keep doing it. We'll keep doing it. And then also, here was something that was really nice to see. And shout out to good old Scotty B. Scott Bacharach finally came out of hiding, and we got to see Scott Bacharach in this CNET promo. Make sure you guys watch that video. If there's anyone who is the best salesman for Arcade1Up, it's the founder. It's the original guy. It's the guy who came up with it all, and that's Scott Bacharach. Because even, Scott's talking about improvements they've made in the video. He's like, we've improved our chipset, we've improved our controls, blah, blah, blah. I mean, the controls still aren't what we want them to be, but they are improved versus the Wave 1. You guys remember how terrible those were? Holy cow. The controls today are better than those, but nowhere near what we think they should be, especially for the higher prices that we're paying. But it was really good to see Scott Bacharach. And Kev Gret says, Scott said we use better wood now. Well, I mean, it's the same MDF. Blah, 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 if you want. And let me see here if I got a picture of Big Blue. So here's Big Blue. And you know what? Besides the fact that this is actually Big Blue on a diet, so we're going to call it Skinny Blue. Besides the fact that it's Skinny Blue, it actually doesn't look too shabby. And this cabinet has actually the best price out of all the new cabinets coming out. I think this one's the cheapest. And this cabinet has a killer game selection, a really, really good game selection. It's just, Big Blue is a big fat cabinet, and this thing is just a very tall, skinny cabinet, right? I mean, if it was a fat cabinet, if this girl had some weight on her, and I'm not talking about the CNET girl, I'm talking about the cabinet, I think it would look a little bit better. Throw a bigger screen in there, make it a little bit better. Kev Gret says, next to the other 1-ups, Big Blue looks good. Jaster says, I might have been okay with DL if they hadn't teased us with that arcade accurate version. Yeah, hopefully what they showed off here in the background isn't the final version. Also, you'll notice that the Killer Instinct in this photo, if you kind of look to the right and you see Killer Instinct in the corner, might be hard to see if you're watching on a phone. Does have the kick plate, and the kick plate now has the 3 game logos on it. Actually, it doesn't have 4 game logos. Remember, this cabinet is supposed to have 4 games? I only see 3 games on there as well. Dylan says skinny girls need love too. So honestly, guys, I mean, with everything coming out lately, I mean, this stuff, you know how sometimes when other stuff comes out, it makes other stuff look better. Honestly, Big Blue is not looking too bad right now. It's just skinny, you know, it's a 19-inch wide cabinet. But minus that, best game lineup, best price out of all the cabinets coming out, online features, able to fight a bunch of people, and also killer game lineup. It's got what, 12 games on it, something like that. Pretty awesome. I'm guessing T2 is next year. Well, yeah. I mean, that hasn't actually officially been announced, Chosen One. That got leaked out. Like, Arcade1Up hasn't officially announced Terminator 2. Fat bottom girls make the rockin' world go round. Great song, Rubicon. Great song. Anyway, we can do a poll. I bet people want it now. Well, if you guys want to do a poll, we can do a poll. So, let's do a couple polls here. Are you guys going to get? I mean, if you have to make a decision based upon cost, are you guys going to get Big Blue? I just threw that in the live chat per Zohar's request. Well, I think it went through. Hold on. Oh, there it goes. It's going in. Sorry, guys. A little bit of delay on my end. You're welcome, Zohar. You're welcome. Get on your bike and ride. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Joseph. Welcome to the show. Mike Caputo, MCAT says, PDubs gives PDubs a like for doing an early morning video. Yeah, guys, I want to get your live reactions to this. So, in my opinion, the Simpsons cabinet, what I saw on GameSpot really worried me. I was like, is it going to have that trackball? This thing's obviously not finished. What the hell's going on here? That cabinet looked terrible. The guy didn't even peel the film off the control panel plexi overlay for the video. Is this the kind of marketing and reviews that Arcade1Up wants out there? The CNET did better. Obviously, we all want to see them actually play Simpsons Bowling, right? And showing that it can emulate well on whatever hardware they're putting in this cabinet. We didn't get to see it. And the reason why, it's probably not ready. Now, the pre-orders for this cabinet go live in just a couple of hours on the Arcade1Up website. So if you're interested in the Simpsons cabinet, which, let me pull this up on the screen here. You can go ahead and click on the Learn More, and you can click on the Notify Me button and all that stuff, get an email. We don't know what retailers are going to be selling this cabinet yet, and we don't know the final price. CNET says $699. Hopefully that is the final price. You never know, with all the misinformation that Arcade1Up, you know, unfortunately we get from between Arcade1Up and retailer, there's always a lot of miscommunication. Michael B says Dragon's Lair looks great, huh? No, sir. No, sir, it does not. It does not. I have to be honest, it does not. I hope they go back to, you know, that original design, the more arcade accurate design. Everyone say hi to Michael B in the chat. Let's take a look at the poll, guys. Let's see here. Are you guys getting Big Blue? 76% said no. 24% said yes. Honestly, guys, I think the Big Blue is looking like a better deal versus some of this other stuff coming out lately. Let's take a look here at the pop-out chat. It's just a skinny cabinet. I mean, it's just too skinny. Let's do another poll because the fans want a poll. CNET, get you hyped? Buying The Simpsons? All right, guys. So here's your Simpsons poll. Are you guys going to pre-order The Simpsons today? It's Simpsons Arcade Day. Today, August 16th, Monday at 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. That is 1 hour and 10 minutes from now. You'll be able to get your pre-orders in to get the Simpsons arcade machine. It will definitely come with Simpsons Bowling. Now, we haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen a demonstration yet. So I don't know, but we're pretty certain that they're working on getting the game ready to finalized on their hardware. Ryan Garber says Big Blue needs a sandwich. Played Simpsons on Saturday, LOL. Yeah, like if you do a run through some of these games, like if you guys remember on the Super Game Room Dudes channel, I did a run through of X-Men the arcade game. Only took about 45 minutes to beat, and after that I felt like I didn't need to go buy the cabinet, right? I was like, I don't need to buy the cabinet. I got it out of my system. Mike Caputo, do they take your money today or when it ships? I don't know, man. It's going to have to depend on the retailer, what retailer is going to be put this up. We don't even know who the retailers are. We're going to find out in an hour and all that kinds of stuff. Douglas says if it's Arcade1Up Direct, he's not going to order from them. Guys, go ahead and answer the poll because I want to get it off the screen. Laramie says, thanks for the early stream. Good stuff. Well, you're most welcome, man, because you know what? Ever since I leaked the Simpsons cabinet, which was kind of cool, I leaked it. I even got a shout out from RGT85 on his channel after I leaked it, but I pulled the video down because I thought, by leaking it, I was being kind of a dick, and I was like, I'm going to take the video down. No one wants to see this kind of leak stuff. Well, after I leaked it, all of a sudden, it just took off from there. Everyone's posting leak videos. Everyone's going nuts, looking for leaks. Randy's records happened, leaked everything, wrecked all of Arcade1Up's announcements. And then they did kind of a very lazy E3. They could have done so much more. Even if it was online only, they could have utilized their online resources, their Twitter, their YouTube channel, their Facebook pages. They could have gone live, done shows. They could have made better videos than these 30-second little spots they made. They could have done so much more to make it more exciting for all of us. Unfortunately, they did not. Michael Suna says Simpsons is not worth it. And Derek Smith says drop the stool and price to $4.99. Yeah, I mean, I've said this in other videos. Arcade1Up, I like your cabinets. I have enough of your stools. I don't need more stools. Please sell variants without the stools and knock $100 off the price. Also, sell it without the stool and without that light up deck protector and knock $200 off the price, because that's what you're charging for these accessories when they don't cost that much, right? Thomas B says no two games are worth $700 to me. Drop the schools. Why did they put one stool with a 4-player cab? Well, I think if they gave you 4 stools, endless one up, they would have charged you $400 more for those stools. As you guys know, I prefer that these arcade cabinets be $599. That's like my target price point for these Arcade1Ups until they add the improvements we're looking for. We're going to go ahead and end the poll right here. 86% of my audience who voted said they're not buying The Simpsons today. Not buying The Simpsons today. And it's probably going to be, guys, what is the reason you're not buying The Simpsons? Let's get that in the live chat. I want your feedback. I really can't make a poll for that because it would have too many options. Tell me why you're not buying The Simpsons. Is it price? Is it number of games? Is it the way the cabinet looks? Is it, because it's 4-player, it's too big, it's too small? Put it in the live chat. Let's find out why you guys are not buying The Simpsons. Earth Monster says too much. Cost and room. Price. No replay value. Michael B would get divorced. Pricing games. Too much money. Price and number of games. Too much money for not enough replay value. Price. I might buy it, but the price and the fact that it's 2 games makes me second guess myself. No replay value. Too much money for what you get. No room and cost. Game replay is limited. Price for 2 games. It just seems the number one factor is price. Overwhelming majority vote is price. They feel that this cabinet is overpriced for what you're getting. Hopefully Arcade1Up will hear our cries and think about this moving forward. Do I see them making any adjustments to their current pricing scheme? No. I have a feeling all future cabinets are going to be now $600, $700, maybe more, depending on if we're going to add in stools and stuff, which is disappointing. But that $500 is such a good price. I would support that any day of the week, and I would have bought all these cabinets coming out at $500 a pop. Simpsons is a short game and not worth it. MVSX running high-low is running 2-player Simpsons. Perfect. I'll save my money. Well, us, when we have multicades, we have access to these games off already. Agent Smith says the increase is to pay off celebs. I think that's only just a piece of it. I mean, their budget covers a lot more than paying for Mike Tyson. PDubs doesn't agree with replay value. I agree with replay value. I was just saying that the overwhelming majority in the live chat say that it's price, because that's what you guys are telling me in the live chat. Number one reason. Only a couple people mention replay value. Now, when it comes to the Simpsons arcade game, you just like X-Men, 40, 45 minutes, you're done. Do you want to go play it again? Maybe, if you're a big Simpsons fan, and there's a lot of them out there. Arcade1Up, I guarantee you, is going to sell a bunch of these cabinets today, despite what this live chat thinks. However, when it comes to Simpsons bowling, if they can get that working and get it working really well, I can see a lot of replay value with that. I like Simpsons bowling if I can find it on a platform that plays well, so I could see more replay value with Simpsons bowling than with the actual Simpsons beat 'em up game. Earth Monster, haven't seen you in a while, my Arizona friend. Welcome back. A1Up priced me out. Looks like I will be aiming for iArcade or ALU, better value for the money. That's what I've been saying. And, a lot of people who are big Arcade1Up fans, they get really upset with PDubs because I say, look, if you want to charge me $600, $700 for a cabinet, give me a 19-inch screen, get rid of the stool, give me a little bit better clone sticks and buttons. I understand you're not going to go premium HAP. You're not going to go premium IL sticks. I understand you're not going to go premium Sanwa, but you can move up to the next level of cloned hardware. Give me a little bit better buttons and sticks. Give me a 19-inch screen. Maybe throw some more powerful speakers in there. Give me the things that matter, and I will pay you $600, $700, $800 a cabinet. You give me light-up deck protectors, light-up J panels, molded plastic coin doors, tin signs. I can't pull the trigger on those purchases. It's not adding enough value for me, and we're getting less games per cabinet now than in years past. On average, these cabinets now have 2 games on them once again versus 3, 5, 12, etc. Make it worth it, Arcade1Up, and I will buy all these cabinets. Absolutely. Make it worth it. Hopefully you'll do that in future runs if you can't do it on these cabinets today. Give us the things that matter and less of the things that are just fluff. So there we go. Killer Instinct. Let's see here. Let's catch up on the live chat. What wattage is the Arcade1Up speakers? Like 5 watts? I'd have to check. I've seen it from 2, 3, 5. I think it's 5. I think the Gen 1s only had 2. So guys, some final thoughts here. I mean, I have to start my Monday workday like all of you. For a moment, although there's a lot of, Arcade1Up gets a lot of heat from certain communities, including myself, because we want to hold them to a high standard. But when you raise your prices this high, there's no margin for error. Like, this stuff needs to be worth the investment. It still is a very exciting day for retro gaming. I mean, think about it. Simpsons arcade game. This is something way back. You guys remember Generation 1 came out and Arcade1Up's like, we got Pac-Man, we got Atari, and we got a couple Midway games, right? Like, and we're like, give us Simpsons, give us X-Men. Like, a lot of us, we asked for these cabinets, right? And it's a shame these cabinets are coming out at this pricing structure, but nevertheless, they're still coming out. And if you are a huge fan of these franchises, if you grew up absolutely loving these games, don't let a Facebook group, don't let a Discord channel, definitely not a Reddit. Reddit's the worst. Don't let any of these places tell you not to buy this cabinet or any of these cabinets if it's something you're really passionate about, if it's something you really absolutely want. That's my best message for you. But when it comes to this stuff, it's still a pretty awesome day for retro gaming, guys. I mean, let's think about it, guys. Arcade1Up got the Simpsons. I mean, that's huge. It's huge. So hats off to them for that. It's just a shame it's at this price. Hopefully you guys can respect my opinion. You guys know how much I love and respect all of yours. So it looks like Simpsons Arcade going live in 1 hour. If you do end up ordering a cabinet, or if you don't, leave me a comment after the video. Let me know if you did or not, or why. Definitely would love to see that feedback. Definitely want to do this morning stream, catch up with you guys at Simpsons Bowling, 100% confirmed. It's just not ready to be shown off yet. And definitely don't go off the GameSpot review. Go watch the CNET review. It's a whole hell of a lot better. Plus, if you go watch that video, they got some early looks at Dragon's Lair, Killer Instinct, and a whole bunch of other stuff. They even showed off X-Men a little bit, TMNT. I didn't really get into those because, those have been seen enough. And I didn't really see anything interesting there worth talking about. And also, guys, if you enjoyed the channel, if you enjoyed the quick Monday morning live stream, give me a thumbs up on the way out. And as always, guys, thank you for subscribing and hanging out upstairs with us. I'll see you guys a little bit later. I don't know if I'm going to do an I Hate Monday show. Might not. I got some produced videos I need to wrap up. But if I can do one later, I'll come hang out with you guys tonight, because there is some other stuff in the world of gaming I'd like to talk about that's not The Simpsons. So, all right, guys, if you're a Simpsons fan, go get your Arcade1Up stuff. And I'll see you guys on the next video. You guys have a fantastic day. In fact, we'll do this one. We'll do this one. See you guys next time.